My name is Rudolf Putz, editor at Trade Finance Global. Today we're joined at the end of day one with Rudolf Putz, head of the Trade Facilitation Program at EBRD. Rudolf, welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice to welcome you in my hometown.
Well, you've ruined my first question now. Vienna. Why is Vienna such, other than being your hometown, why is it such an important trade hub, and historically it has quite a lot of significance?
Well, it all started after the Second World War, when Vienna and Austria were surrounded by the Iron Curtain, and so it was the most eastern part of the Western world, and so it was not surprising that there was a lot of trade from Austria to the neighboring country, and a lot of exports of machinery and equipment, and it was all financed by Austrian banks who were close to the market, who established trade finance facilities for former state-owned banks in the former Eastern Bloc, and they got a lot of experience in financing trade. So it's not surprising. I think it was the geographical location. Yeah? And many of these countries we were bound together historically in a big empire. So they were always in the history. It was once again even part of Austria. So it was the geographically location. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now, we're talking about the Trade Facilitation Program at EBRD. It started in 1999, right? It's been hugely successful, huge amount of support and huge growth. What do you attribute this success to?
I think it's a mixture. I think it's EBRD's mission in supporting our countries of operation in the development of their economies, and trade is an important part of this economy. EBRD provided for capital, for risk-taking capacity, and it was a good match with my experience, because I started this business with 2 assistants, and over the years the program has grown, and it has turned out to be successful, more successful than we even had expected at the beginning.
No, absolutely, and I guess this is quite a special moment for you. You're celebrating 40 years in trade finance, nearly as long as the EBRD. What have been some of the most pivotal moments in your career, Rudolf?
No, as you rightly point out, I started my career exactly 40 years ago here in Vienna, in one of the major banks in Vienna, and at that time Austria was still surrounded by an Iron Curtain, and I never expected that this Iron Curtain would ever fall. So when the Iron Curtain fell, I was totally surprised. I knew it will change my career, it will offer new business opportunities, and I wanted to be part of this new development. And a few years later, the EBRD was founded, and when the EBRD was founded, it was a day when I decided I want to be part of this institution, and I applied several times, and finally I managed to get a job at EBRD.
And I think it's kind of come full circle, and I must say EBRD was recognized by Trade Finance Global as the best development bank in trade award. What does this recognition mean for you and the team?
It means a lot for us. It means the world for us, because it shows that we are producing value for money. We are working with public money. The money has been given to us by our shareholders, by our donors, by our co-financing partners, and we take care of this money. And it shows this award, which is an award given by trade finance experts to trade finance experts, that our work has been successful. We can demonstrate to our donors and shareholders and business partners that we are doing a good job, and this award will help us to invite more private sector risk-taking capacity.
Thank you very much, Rudolf. And final question: 40 years in the industry, and you've built something that's extremely successful today. What advice would you give to professionals entering the very dynamic, the challenging world of trade and export finance?
I think it's very important that young bankers learn to finance the whole trade cycle, not only part of a business. Trade finance is not only documentary business. business. It's not only export finance, it's not only commodity finance, if there is a whole supply chain. And I would give the advice to young bankers to learn how to finance the whole supply chain. And how do you do it? You try to meet the requirements of your customers. Every customer has a specific requirement, and I would recommend young bankers to work also several years as a client relationship manager in order to understand the needs of their clients, to understand which products are required by the market, and to adjust them to requirements of the clients. Very often I see banks who offer products, but the bankers and the clients do not need them. So it's very important to start product development from a market requirement and not the other way around.
Rudolf, thank you very much for joining us on Trade Finance Talk TV. Thank you for the invitation to take part and work with you guys for the TFP conference, and congratulations on your 40 years, and congratulations, and here's to your next steps. What's next for you?
My next plans is to hope to stay in the industry. I will still stay with EBRD a few months more, but I hope that we will see again, and I will continue my career in the trade finance area.
Thank you very much. That was Rudolf Putz, head of the Trade Facilitation Program at EBRD.